What you're seeing is 40 minutes or so after the gunshot was fired, so it's pretty soon. And Zimmerman's defenders are emphasizing that he was treated by paramedics, given first aid at the scene in the back of a police car, so he was, as they say, cleaned up. So that's why you don't see blood, they say. Also, we were able to zoom into the back of his head, and there is some sort of abrasion. I'm not a doctor, but there is some sort of abrasion or something on the back of his head, which seems to suggest, what seems to give some more credibility to his story. But ultimately, the bottom line here is how much bodily harm do you have to endure before you can legally fire a gun in self-defense in this state? Remember, there are witnesses who say they did see Martin on top of Zimmerman. There was some kind of fight, some witnesses say. So, again, you have to put all the pieces to the puzzle together. And a lot of people are saying don't rush to too many conclusions because of this 6 minutes of videotape.
Let me go to Sari on that same point. Anything to add there? Because I guess the question is always what happened? What happened? I don't know if we're going to know. I mean, did he hold the gun on Trayvon and say, stop beating me up, or did he just shoot him? I mean, we don't know any of these details, obviously, at this point.
No, no, of course, it's a complex case, as all deadly force cases are, because there was no one there who actually saw the shooting. There were people who heard screaming and saw things afterwards, but nobody actually saw the shooting. And
okay,
so
let's jump to that question. Let's jump to that. We only have a little time. What about the tape-recorded sound of someone yelling for help? Will we be able to determine that fairly soon, whose voice that was or not?
Well, the state special prosecutor, Angela Corey, has brought in independent experts to enhance that tape, because that's a critical piece of evidence, of forensic evidence, who's screaming help. People who are close to George Zimmerman, his family, his father, who gave an interview last night, and others say that's clearly George Zimmerman screaming for help. Trayvon's mother told me in an interview with the Washington Post that is Trayvon yelling for help. Okay. So experts are going to have to analyze that piece of forensic evidence.
Okay, let me get back to Ron on this one. Tonight's story, what is going to be the lead right now of this story? Where are we going to leave it tonight at midnight? What's left at this point?
Right now, it's this videotape, Chris. This is one of the unique characteristics of this story, like the audio tapes. People have been watching this stuff all day, kicking it around, and forming their own conclusions. Remember, no one really cared about this case nationally. Of course, the family did, but it didn't get a lot of national attention until people were able to hear those 911 tapes. Now they're seeing the 6 minutes of videotape. And people, there's a lot of emotion here and across the country, a lot of outrage, and people are making up their minds about this. And people who support Zimmerman are going to see what they want to see. People who support Trayvon Martin are going to see what they want to see. And ultimately, there has to be some sort of public resolution to this matter.
I hope resolution. There's my favorite word in this whole case. Will we get there? Thank you so much, Ron Allen, for NBC News, and thank you.